The camera zooms in on Judge Sonia Sotomayor, known for her sharp intellect and unwavering commitment to justice. In the world of law, where every decision can alter lives, one judge's life was about to take an unexpected turn. What happens when the person you once loved stands before you as a defendant? This is the story of Judge Sonia Sotomayor and how a chance encounter in her courtroom led to an emotional reckoning that would challenge everything she believed about justice, love, and redemption. Cut to the interior of the courtroom, where tension hangs thick in the air. Judge Sotomayor sits at the bench, preparing to hear the case of Mr. Jackson Walls, a man accused of fraud. It was an ordinary day in the courtroom. Judge Sotomayor was ready to preside over what seemed like a straightforward fraud case, a routine affair for someone with her experience. But as she reviewed the case file, a name caught her eye: Jackson Walls. The camera shifts to Mr. Jackson Walls, a man in his late 30s, sitting at the defendant's table, looking anxious and defeated. His clothes are slightly disheveled, hinting at his recent struggles. In that moment, time stood still. The man before her was not just a defendant, he was Jackson Walls, her former partner, the love of her life, the one who had slipped through her fingers years ago. Let's go back to love memory lane of both of them as lovers. Judge Sotomayor and Jackson in happier times, laughing together, sharing dreams, and building a life. They are seen walking through a park, sharing ice cream, and discussing their future. Years ago, their love had burned bright, but life circumstances had driven them apart. A series of misunderstandings and unfulfilled ambitions had led to their heartbreaking separation. Now, they stood on opposite sides of the courtroom, with their past hanging heavily between them. As Judge Sotomayor adjusts her glasses and looks at Jackson again, she feels a wave of emotions, nostalgia mixed with pain. As the trial commenced, Judge Sotomayor faced an ethical dilemma like no other. Could she remain impartial when her heart was so deeply entwined with the man on trial? The memories flooded back, the laughter, the love, and ultimately, the pain of their breakup. Cut to Jackson's testimony as he explains his situation. Jackson: I lost my job during the pandemic. I didn't know what else to do. I thought I could make some quick money. I never intended to hurt anyone. The courtroom murmurs with sympathy. Judge Sotomayor's expression softens. In that moment, Judge Sotomayor saw not just a defendant but a man who had fallen on hard times, a reflection of her own struggles during their relationship. The weight of their shared history loomed large. As the trial progresses, Judge Sotomayor finds herself torn between her duty as a judge and her feelings for Jackson. The legal system demanded justice, but what about compassion? What about understanding? The law was black and white, but their lives were painted in shades of gray. The prosecutor presents evidence against Jackson, detailing his alleged fraudulent activities. Judge Sotomayor watches intently as the evidence is laid out: bank statements, emails, and witness testimonies. Prosecutor said, Mr. Walls manipulated vulnerable individuals into investing in a scheme that promised quick returns but delivered nothing. Jackson's head hangs low as he hears the accusations against him. Judge Sotomayor feels a pang of sorrow for him. After several days of intense emotional turmoil and testimonies from various witnesses, Judge Sotomayor calls for a recess. Mr. Walls, I need to speak with you privately. In that moment of solitude, both individuals confronted their past. It was time to unpack the emotional baggage that had lingered for years. Judge Sotomayor said, Jackson, I never thought I'd see you here like this. What happened? Jackson looks up at her with tears in his eyes. Life happened, Sonia. I thought I could manage without you, but I was wrong. They share a moment of silence, tears welling in their eyes. For the first time in years, they were able to voice their regrets and fears. The conversation opened old wounds but also offered a glimmer of healing. I remember how passionate you were about your dreams. You always wanted to help people. Jackson said, I lost sight of that. I got caught up in trying to make ends meet. I thought I could do it on my own. As they return to the courtroom, Judge Sotomayor makes a decision. Judge Sotomayor knew she had to recuse herself from the case. The conflict of interest was too great. She addresses the courtroom. Due to personal reasons, I must recuse myself from this case. I believe it is in the best interest of justice. The camera captures reactions in the courtroom, some surprised, others nodding in understanding. With her decision made, Judge Sotomayor stepped aside. But her journey didn't end there. She reached out to Jackson after the trial concluded. Judge Sotomayor told Jackson, I want to help you find resource rehabilitation programs, job training, whatever you need. Jackson said, you don't have to do this for me. Judge Sotomayor responded, I want to. We may have lost our relationship, but I believe we can still support each other. The two embrace, signaling a new beginning. With Sonia's guidance and support, Jackson began to rebuild his life. He enrolled in community college classes and attended workshops focused on financial literacy and entrepreneurship. Jackson sitting in class with other students. He looks determined as he takes notes. Through hard work and dedication, he started to regain his confidence and sense of purpose. Sonia often visited him during these sessions, offering encouragement and sharing her own experiences in overcoming obstacles. Cut to an emotional scene where they share dinner together at a cozy restaurant. Jackson said, I've been thinking about what went wrong between us, and how we can learn from it. Judge Sotomayor responded, I think we both let our ambitions get in the way of our love. But it doesn't have to be that way anymore. They clink glasses filled with sparkling water, a toast to new beginnings. As time passes, Sonia and Jackson navigate their relationship with newfound maturity. Their bond deepened as they learned to communicate effectively and address unresolved feelings. They found solace in each other's company once again. One day Sonia was speaking at a community event about justice reform. And she said justice is not just about punishment, it's about understanding human struggles and offering second chances. Audience members nod in agreement, some wipe away tears as they relate to her words. Cut back to the courtroom where another case is being heard, a young man accused of theft due to desperation. Months later, Sonia faced another challenging case involving someone from her community who had made mistakes but was seeking redemption. As she listens to the defendant's story, how he lost his job and turned to crime out of desperation, she reflects on her own journey with Jackson. The defendant said, I didn't want to hurt anyone, I just needed money for my family. Judge Sotomayor's heart aches for him as she recalls Jackson's struggles. Judge Sotomayor, we all make mistakes. What matters is how we choose to rise from them. The camera captures Sonia leaving the courthouse with renewed energy and purpose. In that unexpected courtroom encounter with Jackson Walls, Judge Sonia Sotomayor discovered that justice isn't just about upholding the law, it's also about compassion and understanding human struggles. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey. If you found inspiration in this story of love and redemption, please like this video, share your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe to Success Diaries for more captivating stories that remind us of the power of compassion and resilience.